You know, if you're looking for a carry gun, maybe your first carry gun, or maybe you're looking to add a new one to your collection or carry something different this year, there is an entire spectrum to choose from the Shield Plus to the Equalizer, the Glock 43, the Glock 43X, the Glock 42, the X Macro, P365, Hellcat Pro, and more. There's a lot out there, man. There's something for everybody, and today I'm going to show you one more to add to that list of potential candidates. Now, let me tell you, when it comes to requests that I've had this year and a gun that's popped up in the comments over and over and over again as literally the best carry gun out there, better than the Shield Plus and a lot of the other ones that I just mentioned, the Canik MC9 is that one that is continuously popped up. And people have literally told me, hey, you were wrong for not putting it on your list, and this is now the best carry gun. Now, some people see it as like, oh man, it's just a new carry gun and it's the latest and greatest. My put whatever gun that's been out for a long time here as still the best gun out there, best carry gun, whatever. But look, here's how I feel about it. If you're carrying a gun, I could care less what you carry. As long as that gun works and it works for you and you enjoy it and it can save your life, dude, we're on the same team. But I do like to point out guns that I like, guns I don't like, and tell you why. And today we're going to look at this gun specifically. I'm going to tell you the pros and cons. I'm going to take you to the range, tell you how it carries, and all of that good stuff. In the first video I did, we actually did size comparisons with some of those other popular guns I just mentioned, and I did an unboxing, so there's a lot of good information there if you want to check out that first video. Now, if you're not familiar with me, this is a big part of what I do. Concealed carry videos just like this, comparisons, all of that. And I will be comparing this to the Shield. So if you haven't yet subscribed, do that and turn on your notifications so you never miss any videos from me right here. Let's go ahead and dive right in. Now, let me recap the features in case you didn't see that first video here. You actually have front and rear slide serrations. And Canik really didn't leave anything off of this gun. They made it optics ready. You have, of course, a loaded chamber indicator that you can see right there. And honestly, I haven't seen a lot of companies use that since the XDS came out, which is pretty interesting. But I do like that because when it's actually popped up, it's not only something that you can see, but you can literally run your finger over it and feel that that is raised right there. Now, is that the best way to do it? No. First of all, you should know, hey, there's a round in the chamber, but it does give you another visual indicator that, hey, you got a round in the chamber. Also, you have a striker release in the rear. So this little red nub right here, red and silver nub, whenever you pull the striker, boom, that striker indicator drops. And then, of course, once it's reset, it pops back up. You have the German style slide release that is ambidextrous, okay? So right here, it's pretty much oversized. So if we use that as a slide stop, boom, just like that. The only reason you see me have trouble with that is because I'm trying to reach around the tripod here. And this one is under quite a bit of spring tension. So if you have any issues with your hands pulling a slide back, that's something that I feel like most people can overcome with correct training, but at the same time, it does it's got quite a bit of force there that is needed to charge up this gun, okay? But once you get it all the way back, you of course can use it as a slide release if you decide to do that, and it is ambidextrous. Your magazine release is reversible. Serrated there, it's in a pretty good spot. I still have to camp my hand even with this gun to be able to get the mag out of there. One thing you will notice is that those mags do not drop freely from the gun like some others. Now, you have a Picatinny rail, which is cool because on a lot of guns this size, you actually don't have that. So if you want to add a light, that's something you can easily do. You have a blacked out serrated rear sight, and then the front white dot, optics ready, of course. And overall, a really good looking gun. The grip texturing works really well. I mean, it's comfortable enough in the hand, yet it's not so aggressive that it's going to tear your skin up. They have multiple back straps that you can choose from, and this thing comes with a whole kit from Canik that you can actually use. And it actually includes a little holster, which is what I'm going to be using to show you how this gun actually carries until I can get a better holster. But it's still not a terrible design by any means. Comes with one 12-round mag right there and one 15-round mag right there. I kind of pointed out how weird looking that is, but at the same time, it's, you know, if I have to use it to save my life, who the heck cares? Now, when I saw that trigger, I instantly thought of the TP9 SF Elite, which is the only Canik review I've ever done up until like a month ago when we did the SFX Rival. But when you look at the trigger here, hit the wall, boom, breaks. Really good, actually. Reset, right there. It is very similar to this. Boom, you hit the wall, breaks. Reset, right there. So not only aesthetically do they look similar, hell, they might even be the same trigger. It looks like the blade on the TP9 SF Elite sticks out a little bit further, but for all intents and purposes, they pretty much look the same and they feel essentially the same. And that's really where you're gonna see this gun shine, is at the range. So, this is the gun everybody told me is better than the Shield Plus, Glock 43, whatever other popular carry gun. So we're gonna try it out here. Okay, well, that is pretty impressive for a gun this size. We're about 12 yards away. This is the 15-round mag. Again, we're only loading them to 10. Let's try the small plates over here. All right, failure to feed. We're within 100 rounds, by the way. All right, cool. We're running 115 grain Fiocchi, by the way. I was able to buy some 124 here at the range, so let's go ahead and load it up and try it again. I decided to run drills with it compared to the Shield Plus, and I want to show you at least one of those, and then I'll show you the other one whenever we compare it to the Shield Plus. Woo! Let's go, baby. So that was a lot of fun, man. I told you guys I was going to start moving, you know, and actually doing shooting while moving, and, you know, not just always just in one spot and all that kind of stuff, and actually get some practice with that kind of thing, because I feel like it's important. And this gun, I've said it before, but I think it just gets the point across. When you have a gun this small, but it shoots like a bigger gun, that's incredible, dude. So most of the time when you have guns like that, they're a little bit heavier in weight. So you're gonna have to have a good gun belt and a good holster. But if you do that, the trade-off is you're gonna get a heck of a gun that you feel confident that you can protect yourself with. And that's what the MC9 is. The recoil on it is not bad at all. Now I would notice from time to time, it was almost like the slide kind of slowed down. So once it went back into battery, just imagine the gun goes off, right? And it gets all the way to about here, and then it would just kind of jolt back into battery. It was just a little weird at times. I could see that kind of action slowing down a little bit for some reason. Again, I'll keep an eye on it. Man, we must have put 200 rounds through this gun in the first trip. Let me show you how it carries here with the 12-round mag. All right, so here it is. Let me say that I am satisfied with what Canik sends with the gun. And once you run the gun and you make sure that your carry ammo works in it and all that good stuff that we talk about all the time, you have a holster option that you can use at least temporarily. And that's about the extent that I would say to use this holster, okay? Now, if you look at it, right, it's got the dual clips, so it's gonna help to spread out that weight a little bit. I'm not sure. The clip design is okay. It's got a decent hook to it. But again, they're polymer. I don't know that I would trust this 100% of the time. And to be honest with you, the retention isn't great, okay? Again, this is a temporary option. One thing I did notice is that it sits very low, and this is a smaller carry gun. You're only talking about 4.5 inches high. So for somebody that has trouble with printing, this could be a very good option. But just understand, once I get a good holster for this, this will make this process so much better and more comfortable and just better to carry in general. But regardless, as far as the way it does carry, you can see very minimal printing, right? And nobody walks around with their arms up like this, so I show this kind of as an exaggerated look. Once I put my arms down, now you really can't see it, right? Or very minimal. And then if I need to get to it, boom. And the other thing about the Canik that I like, as opposed to Glocks and some of the other ones, the natural point of aim. It is just right there on target. Sights are lined up. Very similar to the Shields and the P365, specifically the Spectre Comp. Those guns they just line up perfectly for me, and this is one of them as well. So when it comes to the way this carries, it's going to be a little bit heavier, but again, good gun belt and holster, that will mitigate a lot of that. And the trade-off, man, you are going to get one heck of a carry gun, dude. Very nice. Yeah, well, one thing I can say is this thing is pretty freaking accurate. The trigger on this thing is really good too. And because it is a little bit heavier, it soaks up that recoil nicely. All right, so let me tell you what I like and what I don't like about the Canik MC9. First of all, the trigger. The way this gun shoots, they go hand in hand, and this gun is incredible, man. Get that break, reset, boom. Predictable, very nice trigger, dude. And this thing really does shoot like a bigger gun. Let me talk about pros and cons here. First of all, the pros, the trigger on this gun, you guys were right about the way this shoots. Absolutely just beautiful, man. For a striker fire gun, that's what you want, dude. All the accessories and stuff that it comes with, it gives you a good variety, man. You get a cleaning rod, you get a brush, you get a toolkit to, you know, take it down, and you get multiple back straps and all that kind of stuff. So if you're new to this, man, that's pretty significant, because all for, you know, 500 bucks, 450 bucks, you get a really good kind of head start, or, you know, some stuff that you can use to get you on your way. Or even if you have 100 pistols, that's still a nice addition, man. And what they give you for the cost, the price of it and the value is definitely, I think, a really good thing. Just like most modern guns, this one is easy to break down as well. You got these two little pull down tabs right here, similar to a Glock. Basically, you pull those up, and then it pulls off just like that, okay? You got a dual captive recoil spring right there. Then, of course, there's your barrel, firing pin block, all that good stuff. I mean, it's kind of what you would expect for a gun like this. And that spring does have to go in a certain way fairly certain I got it in the right way. And then you look at the stainless steel trigger assembly, rails, all of that good stuff. So definitely quality components. And then whenever we put this back together, we essentially kind of start like that right there. Boom. So breakdown, really easy. Front and rear slide serrations, optics ready. If you want to go ahead and put an optic on it, you can do that. If you want to put a light on it, you can do that. Change out your back straps. Some of this stuff, even my beloved Shield Plus, doesn't have that stuff. You don't have a rail there, so it's not as easy to add that stuff. You don't have interchangeable palm swells either. So there's some real benefits here, and I feel like they thought about everything while keeping it still pretty minimal. You know, the slide isn't super busy. It's just got everything that you would want in a gun like this. Still, at the same time, it's not just for show. They put things on there that you can actually use. Comfortable gun, comfortable to carry. Going to be a little bit heavier than some of the other guns on the market, but again, you're going to have a very enjoyable gun to shoot and one you can be confident in to save your life if needed. And that is at multiple distances too. You know, some of these guns are so small, I wouldn't want to fire at anybody outside of 7 yards. And I mean, 3 to 7 yards is the standard, but if they're 8, 9, 10 yards away, I start to get a little hesitant. It's not so small that you can't take shots and feel confident enough to take shots at further distances. The sights work pretty well too, and you do get some safety features there that, you know, some people may want, like the loaded chamber indicator, the striker indicator, and all of that good stuff. What about the cons on the gun? First of all, the mags don't freely drop. I kind of wish they did. That to me is kind of a bummer. If you got to reload, I want those I mean, obviously we're going to just pull them out of there anyways. We're going to assist in that, but I like knowing that that magazine will just pop right out of there, no issue at all. If we look at something like the Hellcat Pro here, boom, they drop right out. You don't have to assist that at all. X Macro, same thing. Just pops right out. Again, it almost made it. It almost made it, but not all the way, okay? I wish they were a little bit more responsive. The other thing with the mags, man, is the 15-round mag. Just tell me that doesn't look ugly. I mean, it looks okay probably from that angle, but that angle, it's like, man, there's a big chunk missing out of that gun. Again, does it matter? In the big scheme of things, does it matter? Absolutely not. Just something I wanted to point out. Also, one thing I'm going to bring up is that little bit of a slow reaction to chamber the next round that I would occasionally feel in the gun. Now again, it didn't have any issues, and I'm not going to sit here and say, oh man, this is things to come with the Canik. I'm not saying that at all. But what I am saying is that I did have that happen probably 4 or 5 times where I noticed it, okay? So I am going to keep an eye on that. But as far as right now, do I feel comfortable carrying it? Well, yeah. You know, after I shoot it and I run it and I make sure it runs with my carry ammo, yes, I feel very confident with this. And I don't know that Canik has had too many issues. Does that mean they won't in the future? They probably will. I mean, every man-made object will at some point. But, you know, to me, their reputation has been pretty freaking awesome so far. The sights, they're not too bad. I kind of wish they were night sights, but I kind of wish every manufacturer put some sort of night sights on there. They're better than the U-notch sights that Hellcat puts on theirs. Even with that bright yellow dot, I take that bright yellow dot and put it on this, and boom, that's one of the better combinations, I would think. Or just put a set of X-ray sights from the P365 series and call it a day, because that's my favorite set of pistol sights. But regardless, for what you need to do with them, they're not too bad. Overall, man, you guys are right. I was wrong for not having this thing on the channel quicker. But I did respond to y'all, and for that, I hope that you enjoyed the video. The Canik MC9, if I had to grade it, this thing is like a 9, a strong 9 out of 10. It really is impressive up to this point. How well it shoots and how good it carries, even in this holster. This thing ain't great, but this thing is gonna be in my rotation from here on out. If you want to see more videos like this, man, you can do a couple of different things. You can subscribe. You could join the channel right here for as little as $1 a month, or become a patron. Check out all the different tiers and rewards I have on those. Really helps me out, man. Drop me a like on the video and comment down below any of the new guns you want to see coming out, including maybe the Reflex, or definitely let me know if you have an MC9 or are looking at it, what intrigues you about it, or what do you like about it, maybe what you don't like about it so far. Leave those comments down below. Big thanks to you guys. See you in the next one, and as always, hold them down.